Hello, a great evening to you. Warm welcome to Business Life. Coming up in this edition, government settles fraction of debt owed Trafigura, a move expected to halt sale of Ghana's assets in London.
Well, at least they are beginning to pay. And that in itself is an indictment. Did we have to incur that debt? Did we have to incur that debt? And assuming that admitting that government decided to terminate, were we so inefficient?
Association of Ghana Industries calls on government to engage businesses and industry players to roll out its intended tax on carbon emissions.
On something, it should be based on some facts and some basis. And if you don't have the system that measures it, how are you going to do it? So there's a lot of work to be done, and we would like to have further engagement with government.
Tackling post-harvest losses, the Joy Business Van will show how Pure and Just Company is processing fresh fruits into dried fruit products. We have details of these and many others lined up for you. Please stay. Grateful for your company. Always a joy to have you on. I am Pius Kojobaka. And look now at our stories. Government has settled a fraction of debt owed the commodity trading firm Trafigura. That's according to former Energy Minister Kwabena Donkor. Now, the company earlier this year kick-started the process to seize one of Ghana's commercial properties in London to defray the debts. But Mr. Donkor says he doesn't think that this will be the last judgment the country will incur.
This budget is much ado about nothing, really. Grammar, essentially 2 hours of grammar with no real meat. You see, where we are, we need a certain launch pad at the macroeconomic level. If we don't stabilize the macroeconomy, the energy sector will not be stable.
Let me come back to the Trafigura issues, and I'm just asking whether for you, have you gotten any update from the player itself and the other partners in the industry about a progress being made in paying these judgments?
The government paid $20 million 2 days ago.
And that will stop them?
Well, at least they are beginning to pay. And that in itself is an indictment. Did we have to incur that debt? Did we have to incur that debt? And assuming that admitting that government decided to terminate, were we so inefficient or so much in a rush that we wouldn't even follow the termination clause of the agreement?
And you believe that, from what you are hearing, would that stop them from executing the action of trying to sell off our assets?
No, Trafigura has a lot of business in Ghana, and if the government negotiates in good faith, I believe they will hold on as long as the government continues to pay. It's a question of good faith. Can you trust this government to display good faith?
But I'm also understanding that there is even another semblance of judgment debt again in the energy sector.
Yes, I've also heard that.
And will we get to this stage of them executing that action, or government has to pay off again?
Yes. You see, when a government decides to be reckless about the way it handles contracts, the people suffer this punishment. We suffered from the recklessness of government in terminating contracts.
Now, the significant growth in mobile money is not just limited to value of the transaction, which reached more than 1 trillion cedis last year, but other areas as well. Now, my colleague George Yafe has the rest of the story.
Between 2021 and 2022, all these other areas, apart from the value of mobile money transactions, also witnessed some substantial growth. This is despite the introduction of the electronic transaction levy, that is e-levy, and the aftershocks of COVID-19 on these transactions. This because it had been argued in the past that these developments will have negative impact on the service and transactions. However, data from the Bank of Ghana, which tracks payments over the past 5 years, showed that all these other areas were doing so well. For instance, when you look at the average transactions per day, it went up by more than 13% to hit 13 billion Ghana cedis. The report also revealed that over the past 5 years, the numbers were going up consistently. Again, active mobile money accounts went up by more than 13% to reach over 20 million ending October this year. In terms of the mobile money agents in the country, the Bank of Ghana puts the number at over 500,000 ending December 2022, representing more than 14% jump from 2021. Some mobile money might be the next growth pole area of the economy and an avenue that government can explore when it comes to improving financial inclusion in the country.
All right, so let's stay a while longer on this as we've been joined via phone by the West Africa Regional Head of CATS International, Apiakusi Adumakun, for more on that. Thanks so much, sir, for joining me on Business Live. Really, are you surprised looking at the numbers?
Good evening, any of viewers of Joy News all over the world. I think I am not surprised if you've seen how mobile money has come to kind of disrupt the financial sector, the traditional form of banking, to the extent that now it's become more convenient to send money from your phone. You don't need access to an internet to do so. And I think that it's still going to be the way forward in the years ahead. One of the challenges is that the regulatory hurdles that limit the amount that you can send or receive a day might be the limiting factor to it. But if as that goes on, if most of these regulatory hurdles are removed, I'm sure that it will do more than even it is doing now.
Again, does it come to you as a surprise? These numbers were recorded during the pandemic level period, I should say.
Please, can you repeat the question again?
I am saying that these numbers, we do know, were recorded during the COVID-19 pandemic era.
Yes, and this is also indicative of the fact that the economy has gone beyond the pre-COVID level and things are beginning to normalize again. And so we should even expect more growth in the coming quarter when the next report is released by the regulator.
And looking at the growth of these other areas, can we say that we have finally found the avenue to aid?
Yes, I think we have found the avenue, but I think there's still more that needs to be done. I think the essence of mobile money is to help people to move money fast. And we also need to see how, the more the money stays on the network, the more the network derives benefits. When people keep on also withdrawing their money from the account, the platform is kind of reduces its value. And so we also need to see both aspects, and we've seen how Bank of Ghana has also mandated this, and then also pay interest to consumers who leave their money on the network. And for me, as I said, that mobile money also drives the group of financial inclusion. And I want to use this opportunity to say that the embassies here in Ghana should now start accepting mobile money statements in place of bank statements, because now people's mobile money account is more active than their traditional brick and mortar bank account.
Mr. Piakusi Dumako, I want you to tell me what more should government do with mobile money apart from taxing it?
I think what I want to say is that government needs to improve upon the security, and the security around the mobile. Nowadays, the process have taken over the platform and hacking into people. And these things, the burden lies on the mobile money operators to improve upon the security. So, government, with all the resources available to the national security, can also help to arrest this process and put them before court and get them jailed, and that will sanitize the platform and also incentivize more people who have decided to take a backseat from mobile money because of the perceived fraud or being raped with your funds being stolen away by this process. And I think this should be a shared responsibility between government and then the operators.
Africa Regional Head of CARS International, Piakusi Dumako, we are indeed grateful for your time here on the show, which is, of course, Business Live. Let's stay a while longer within the space because MTN Group has appointed Stephen Blewett as the new Chief Executive Officer of MTN Ghana. He's taking over from Selom Adadivo, who has been appointed as the Chief Commercial Officer of the MTN Group. The following report has more.
Stephen Blewett, until his appointment, was MTN Operations Executive Markets. He rejoined MTN in July 2023 as the Operations Executive for Markets, with executive responsibility for the group's smaller West and Central Africa markets and for providing border operations support across the region to the group's Senior Vice President for Markets. Before that, he was the Chief Operating Officer of Digicel. He spent 7 years at MTN in the role of CEO for MTN Benin and then MTN Cameroon. Meanwhile, Selom Adadivo has been elevated to the position of Chief Commercial Officer of the MTN Group. He's taken over from Jean Schultz Bochum, who steps down as Group Chief Operating Officer at the end of his contract term in March 2024. Mr. Adadivo will become a member of the MTN Group Executive Committee. Jans will step down from his executive role on March 31, 2024, but will remain a non-executive director on the boards of major subsidiaries MTN South Africa, MTN Nigeria, and Baobab.
So let's analyze this development on the stock market and, of course, the capital market as well. Joining us via phone is Head of Republic Securities, Patrick Edem Agama, for more on that. Patrick, thanks so much for joining me on Business Live. Now, do you foresee the market reacting to this announcement anytime soon?
Well, yes, this is a very positive news, and we expect a positive impact on the MTN stock. Mr. Selom Adadivo has left a legacy that is to be championed by the new CEO. So MTN is one of the stocks with the largest shareholding in the country. We expect the market to react to this.
And what sort of reaction are we likely to see, positive one or negative one?
Well, it's going to be positive because, with this level of company or corporate governance happening, changes in corporate governance of this nature bring positive news to the market, because the market is expecting nothing less than the impact Selom has given to MTN and the group. And the fact that Selom is not also leaving MTN totally to a competitor, but it's more like a leadership restructure. There will be that supervisory or advisory role that will be playing over the country.
And Patrick, do you see the appointment of Stephen as a strategic move that will lead to the company doing well in the market?
Yes, this is a strategic move. Stephen has a lot of experience in the region already. So we expect him to bring more and add more to Selom Adadivo's impact in MTN. We know Selom Champions Ambition 2025, which is yet to even fully take effect. But this, we will expect them to add more to it and also lead MTN in terms of the 5G zone. So we expect more from him, and the market will be looking closely.
Thank you very much. Head of Public Securities, Patrick Edem Agama, speaking to me on the back of the latest changes at MTN and its impact on the capital market. You're still watching the Business Live program. I am Pius Kujubaka. We've got more stories for you after this break. Players within the construction industry have been urged to forge a collaboration with the public sector to ensure proper risk management. According to Chief Executive Officer for the Infinite Group, Esenam Toboto, there is the need for professionals to implement various policies within the space to drive growth. He spoke to Joy Business at a nationwide affordable housing in smart, sustainable satellite cities, communities and villages conference. And that's it for the bulletin. I am Pius Kojo Baka. We've got more for you on myjoyonline.com/business. I leave you with international business.